And away from that, despite the Supreme Court's ruling last Friday declaring the old naira note legal tenders, cash crunch still persists in Lagos communities. Driving through Ikeja, the state capital, through Agege and Egbeda areas, the situation is still what it was before the court judgment. Galaxy News correspondent Levi Joseph tells us more in this report. As the Central Bank of Nigeria's naira redesign policy bites harder, the scarcity of new naira notes has continued to disrupt business activities in markets, restaurants, banks, and major sales outlets across Nigeria. Many people have to walk long distances because of lack of cash to pay transport fare. The joy that followed the Supreme Court's ruling declaring the old naira notes legal tenders was short-lived because nothing has changed. Most banks are not even opened for businesses.
Every institution, every person or institution must be subject to the law. Whether or not we like the judgments or ruling of any court, whether as individuals, organizations, or government, we're under obligation to comply. I think that the federal government must obey every valid order of a court in this country because government needs to lead by example.
Once the highest court of the land, the Supreme Court, makes an order or gives an order, everybody, no matter who you are, is expected to obey that order.
Effects of the CBN naira redesign and implementation policy and its attendant chaos have frustrated efforts by many Nigerians operating in the nation's cash-dependent informal economy to do business, make payment, and enjoy certain services, and Nigerians believed that in lieu of all this, government should have come clear about its stance about the Supreme Court's judgment.
This naira redesign concept that or policy that the federal government brought has been declared as illegal by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court stated that the naira redesign policy was illegal in the sense that there was no proper consultation with the agencies and the government that, the various state governments that are supposed to be part of the policy.
The policy itself may be well intended, but I think that the implementation has been very poor. You don't do such things in a very short time. There ought to have been proper planning to ensure that the policy, implementation of the policy does not subject citizens to the pains that they are currently going through. It is unwarranted, it is unjustifiable, and I think that government needs to do whatever it can do to give respite to the citizens are suffering.
Speaking with the plight of mobile money and banks operators, the National Treasurer of Amban, Aziz Oluwu, says the association and its members are highly surprised and disappointed that after over 48 hours of the Supreme Court ruling on the naira notes, cash crunch still persists all over the country.
They don't believe in the bank because bank have disappointed them a lot with what we've experienced so far. All these big men, celebrities, politicians, they've ordered the money. But if the money is with us, we have a record. Let there be a routine checking from CBN to check what the agents are doing.
Speaking further, Aziz Oluwu says it is not fair the way things with CBN naira policy and declared that it is very easy to help the crisis and still work towards the cashless system with ease.
Let for CBN to channel their energy towards right direction. We had meeting on Monday because I'm a member of a Financial Inclusion Steering Committee in Lagos State. We had a meeting on Monday, 1st of March, and we got an information about social amount of money is going to be released to circulation. That 40% will go to sub-sector, of which I'm very sure that money will have been released. But we are not feeling the impact yet. So what's wrong? That's the question.